We're at Top's Barbecue in Memphis, Tennessee.
No, we're not. It's in
Millington.
Millington,
Tennessee.
Millington, Tennessee, where they say it's Memphis's best barbecue since 1952. But we're outside of Memphis.
It does say that.
But in any case, it's pretty good. Pretty good
Surprised
barbecue.
you remembered 1952.
Well, I didn't have to do any calculations on that. So we're here with Don, and Don, we have a couple of other participants in the conference that were here with us, and you had met them at somewhere else.
Well, yes. So we are here at Rangemaster, the Polite Society 2015 Tactical Conference and shooting match, which was more the icing on the cake than the meat of the cake itself. And lo and behold, my good friend Tracy Thomberg is here. Tracy's
Chuck the horns.
And
Hey, Tracy.
Tracy brought an extra special person with her who we've heard wonderful things about.
My husband, Scott.
Hi, Scott. Well, so what do you guys think about the conference?
It was great. It was such a neat experience. I had been told by other people, don't go, this is out of your league. You're
Really?
going to be insulted and humiliated. And I'm like, yeah. So I signed up for it in May of last year. And
You signed up early.
I did. And I came up here in August for the instructor class. One night, my husband and I were eating sushi, and I said, I tell people that I'm married, but I don't shoot with a wedding ring on because it affects my grip. And nobody's ever met you. And
He was the phantom.
The
I said,
phantom husband.
Scott, people are starting to think your wife's a lesbian because nobody's ever met you. So you want to go to?
I never thought that. I just thought it was a fantasy that you were nuts, and there was this this fantasy guy like Scott.
You're kind of like the imaginary friend.
Yeah, my imaginary friend, my imaginary husband.
Big white rabbit.
Yeah. So he said, "Sure, I'll go." So here we are, and. We did completely different classes for most of the weekend. We took some of the same classes together, lecture stuff.
So what are classes like at the tactical conference? Are they mostly classroom?
Oh, you have a wide variety. You can go shoot in the cold and get some range time in from quality top trainers all over the United States.
Don and I enjoyed the balmy weather this morning.
Yeah, Jesus smiled today and said it's not going to rain, and we're going to turn the wind down a little bit, but it's still chilly. Thank God I had 5 layers on.
Yes. Yeah, other days they were literally sliding around on the ice outside.
Well, Scott was out there this afternoon. What was it like out there on the range this afternoon with Mr. Haggard?
34, brisk, a little breezy.
Yep.
So did you shoot with gloves on or gloves off? Gloves off.
A lot easier to manipulate the firearm, and the gloves didn't get caught in the magazine well.
Yes.
But what would
I kind of
happen?
did. I kind of did both because I kept forgetting. Don helped me out a little bit.
Close!
Close.
Well, no, this is something our good friend Brother John Hottaway and I have talked about, is if you are going to wear gloves outside when it's cold, you don't know when the flag's going to fly for you.
That's right.
So you either need to train and know how to run your gun with your gloves on, or risk getting frostbite and take chances. So
Good point.
It's a crapshoot.
And if you're going to wear gloves, don't get the cheapies.
Really? And why might that be?
The fit, the material that they're made out of. I mean, if they're not form-fitting, if they're not good proper gloves, then you're going to get the loose pieces caught in the firearm and in the magazine well.
Snagging and stuff.
Yeah.
Danger.
They may not have enough texture, so things may slip out of your hands.
Okay. The traction as well. Excellent.
You don't get to pick when the bad guy comes. So what else was really good about this weekend?
What was your favorite? Which one was your absolute favorite of all the ones you did?
Maybe yesterday's lecture by Dr. William April on
Oh yes, you
fatal
said that was
choices and
really
how
good.
not to be a victim and deselection and his interviews and all the research they've done with felonious types of people on how they selected people to rob and violate in a dozen different ways. Did you enjoy that class yesterday?
I like that one, and I also like the one about the effective use of cover.
Yes.
I did not take that.
The angles and stuff.
Yes.
When I took it, it's like, well, okay, I know I need to grow in this area a little bit, but I wasn't expecting to be blown away. But it
Yeah.
was very, very good.
It was very informative. I'm glad I took it. I just have more stuff to practice at home.
Yes.
What was your favorite thing from this weekend, Don?
Mine, without a doubt, was the experiential learning lab that, what was his name again?
South and Art.
South and Art.
South and Art.
Ah,
Ran. And very believable, force-on-force, frangible exercises where sometimes we're put in these scenarios where you've got to handle 4 guys coming at you at once. Well, I suppose that happens, but this one, especially this one, was as I've said to you privately, it was elegant in its simplicity as far as just how something innocuous can go real bad, real quick, and how you freeze up and how you can experience the adrenaline dump, the selective attention, the amnesia, the time distortion, all of these things.
And these weren't subtle effects.
No, they were huge. They were absolutely huge. Absolutely my favorite thing of the entire conference.
Well, he will be at www.krtraining.com the last weekend of March for his ECQC, Extreme Close Quarter Concept class.
Thank you. I was going to ask what the acronym was.
Yes, that's one of those classes where I hear that you will get your ass handed to you, and you could maybe go out on a stretcher or need crutches or something. That being said, I've got a friend who this will be her 4th time to take it, maybe. So
She gone out on a stretcher yet?
I don't really know.
Fortunately, I don't know of anybody who was hurt in the making of this conference.
No.
I did hear something about the toilets overflowing or something, having a disaster.
I didn't touch it. I didn't go to the bathroom at all. Not at all. And then I would like to comment, it was at the firearms training unit of the Memphis Police Department, and the facility was wonderful, and the people couldn't have been nicer.
Yes.
Very professional, very hospitable.
And it was nice when I walked in the door and saw my good friend Lieutenant Matt Pugh. Hi Matt, I still kicked your ass at Rangemaster Instructor class. You did beat me this weekend on the range, so we are now tied at 1-1. Our next meeting, I will kick your ass again.
Rematch.
But, grudge match. Everybody was very hospitable, very outgoing. What can we do to make your experience better? The instructors were very approachable.
What would you tell the viewers who are maybe thinking about signing up for something like this but have never done it?
Do it.
Worth it.
Value your training dollars.
Tracy said that people told her that it was way over her head. I don't even have a 10th of the experience that she has. I wasn't overwhelmed.
Okay, it's good stuff. And yes, it
We
seemed
had
like
a record. Mrs. Gibbons said we had a record 31 females in attendance.
which was about 1/5.
186, he said, including instructors. So take away 30 instructors. So it's at 150, 30 females, 1.
So 20%. So we have certainly a ways to go, but compared to a few years ago, that's probably a nice improvement.
Yeah. Looking forward to coming back next year. I mean, for $299, you get exposure to Marty Hayes' Legal Mind from, Firearms Academy of Seattle, Maz Ayu, Tom Gibbons, South Narc, Carl Wren,
John Farnham.
John Farnham, Vicky Farnham, Caleb
legends.
Causey from Lone Star Medics, Greg Elifritz, dozens of top quality trainers that you can find out what suits your fancy or where your strong points, where your weaknesses are.
This was a nice buffet.
That's a good,
Because these were brief blocks. Usually they have 1 or 2 or more day-long programs, and so these were like 2 or 3 hour blocks usually. And so you could sample and see who you wanted to follow up with.
A little taste.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. It's been a full past several days, and thanks for giving your impressions.
All right.
Maybe see you guys next year.
Yes. Be safe. Shoot straight.
Okay. Take care,
Take
dude.
friend shooting.
Yes. Take a friend shooting.